Hi everyone, this is Nita with WeCookiers. Today I haven't done a video like this for a couple of months, but it's on starting a cookie business, and I give you marketing tips, so 3 marketing tips. And I thought I would start including not only just the marketing tips, but also some hints and tips and hacks that you can do in the kitchen or organization skills that will help you run your cookie business. So we're going to go ahead and start off with 3 business tips to market yourself for free or nearly free. And so I have my notes typed up behind the camera here on screen, so I'll be looking down here just to make sure I include everything. And these aren't in any order, but one is cross promotion. So if you have a friend or somebody that you know that has a business but is not a cookie business, maybe you're just solely cookies, they're cakes, or they could be in business in a totally different kind of way, maybe a shoe shop or something like that. But anyway, you just trade business cards and hand them out for each other and speak on the other one's behalf. But make sure that you have somebody that you can trust that is handing out your business cards or flyers. Flyers are always such a great idea because you can add your pictures of your work, and that helps to, it'll encourage the word of mouth. So whichever way you do, just make sure that they also are reciprocating with building your business, but like you are also with theirs in all fairness. So that's a really good way, and then it'll catch on. So the second way is, of course, you probably have already heard this, but collect your customers' emails at the time of order, and make sure that you okay it with them to send them emails on specials or upcoming events, and you can send out the newsletters weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever, but the point is to always stay in touch with your customers. They like that, and just to not be businessy, but to be very personal with them, and laugh and have fun with them. Be on a very personal level, not just business and pushing your business out there, because that's not going to go very far. The other way, the number 3, is to piggyback on yourself. So when you do an order and they come and pick that, either they come and pick the order up, or you could do it either at that time or when they prepay for their order, is to have a sales sheet made out and that you can give it to them that is pre-selling your next event. Maybe it's a holiday, 4th of July or Christmas, or maybe just something more like Father's Day, or even like a baseball theme. I'm getting ready to do baseball themes coming up here, and it could just be like for promoting your baseball cookies that you're getting ready to make, and they're pre-ordering and going ahead and filling it out right there and giving it to you, so you have that order coming in and how much time you have to fill all your spots coming up. Okay, so that's a really good way. It's kind of like upselling to do it that way, which actually let's do 4 this time instead of 3 tips on marketing your business. So it kind of crosses over with the piggybacking for upselling, or an add-on sale. Just let them know what's coming up next and get them on your calendar and have them prepaid just like you normally would. So that's kind of the 4th tip. Okay, so now we're going to get into some like I said, organizational skills, tips, hacks for the kitchen, or how you do your work, that kind of thing. Okay, and we're going to do 3 of these. The first one, which is an acronym, and it's called AIDA, AIDA, and the idea is it stands for attention, interest, desire, and action. And I'm going to be reading part of this to make sure it's right. And so you want to draw them in to your business by doing beautiful cookies and tasty cookies. That's going to draw them in more than anything. And then you want to get them interested with what you have to say, your samples, again, your cookies that are going to taste so good to them and beautiful, and that is, that this draws more attention to your business. The next is desire, so you're going to make them want to desire your cookies, which you will, because they'll taste them and see them. And but you want to further that, though, you want to draw them into an action, and naturally that is, you can say something like, how many do I put you down for? And that just draws them into it, and they'll be thinking, they're going to want these. They've got to have these. Okay, so that's ADA, and that you might want to make note of this, and you might want to just make a playlist here on YouTube and save these ideas for starting a cookie business, and that'll help you, because you might forget where your video is if you saved this video. Okay. So number 2 is a very important one, and this is in growing your business, getting your name out there and just making it grow exponentially. And you have to work at it every day. You have to make steps to assure that your business is going forward, not becoming stagnant, not sitting there drumming your fingers and wondering where all the business is. No, it's actionable. You take action every day on your business. This is a rule of 5. So you do 5 promotions a day, and it doesn't have to be anything big and wild. It could just be a matter of messaging someone and saying, "Hi, how are you doing? Just thinking about you today." That's all it has to be. It doesn't have to be like trying to hit the streets and get your sales in, because they'll come with that, just keeping in contact with your people, your customers. What else do I have here? Yeah, it can just be like just collecting a phone number or email. So anyway, doing something, rule of 5, getting your name out there somehow, some way. Just to even, like I said, just messaging somebody like through your Facebook page or Instagram page, and just them seeing your business name there at the top. You don't even have to talk about business. They're seeing your name, and that's recall, and they just keep, it just keeps hammering you into your name. So just keep that in mind. It's so important. Okay, the next way is to always be prepared. And what I mean by that is you want to have, of course, nowadays it's cell phones, and everything's on our cell phones, all our photos, videos, you name it. Always have photos with you of your work. And when you're in a line at a grocery store and you start talking to somebody, or they start talking to you, eventually it'll get around to what you do, probably. And if it doesn't, gear that conversation into your cookie business, and it's pretty easy to do. So when you do that, you always want to just, take your phone out and say, "Oh, this is what I do," and you scroll and, let them see your photos, because that's going to be a real selling job. So make sure you do that. If you're really new at this and you don't have a lot of photos, my suggestion is doing what I did when I first started, and that is just making samples, and probably the first thing I did when I really started the business was I would just make, at the time I started cakes, but then I drifted into the cookies, and that's what I do online now. I do cakes in person and cupcakes and stuff like that, but I would just make samples to have a drawing on Facebook, and in 2 weeks, that was it for me. I was just booked after 2 weeks, and I've stayed highly booked 2 to 3 months out every since then. I imagine that's going to depend on your community, so you can't gauge it just by what I did and it worked for me. You're just going to have to try it for yourself. But that's a whole new marketing tip. But make those samples by doing, I guess that's a bonus tip for you today, that get on Facebook and do your promotion that way by giving away your goodies. That, believe me, it will spread word of mouth. If you're good, if you have a good recipe, you need a good recipe on your cookies and your royal icing, glaze, or buttercream, whatever medium you use. That it will spread. If you're good, it will spread. I promise you that. Let's do a fourth one with this one too to make it even. Okay, so this is an important note that I had to learn myself, and I learned pretty late in the game, but you want to make sure you offer different payment mediums like credit card, PayPal, and some people do Facebook. I don't know what you call it, Facebook Pay. I've never done that. But whatever it is, make sure you're offering credit, debit cards, offering a wide range of those things so that your customer's not going to back out and say, oh, well, I don't pay that way. I've had customers actually do that. I accept PayPal, and I have pretty much since I started, but there have been a few people that just back out of an order because that's all I offer, that or cash, and people don't like to pay cash so much these days. But anyway, so I've learned, and I've stretched out and gotten more payment processors involved. But two, if you do that by credit cards, just know that it's the merchant that pays the surcharges, service fees, whatever you want to call them. It's the person selling that has to pay that, and it's usually average about 2%. Depending on what state you're in, you can charge extra for the customers to pay that charge instead of you. Some states, I think there's 4 of them out there that, I'm not sure which states it is now, but it's illegal for you to actually charge for that. So make sure you know your rules before you start doing that. But here, I'm in Kansas, and they don't have that rule, so I can charge extra if they do like a credit card thing. So I end up, I guess a way around that, what you can do is if they're paying by credit card, well, I should say, if they're paying online, I will just, like the bottom price, I'll just go ahead and say it's X amount of dollars, and that is included the surcharge, and I just don't say it's a surcharge, okay? That could be one way around it. Okay, so that is more tips and business building, starting with business building hacks that I had intended to share with you, but that's a good thing. I do want to take this little time to let you know that on Shop Gotta Haves, my online shop for WeCookiers.com, I have changed things around a little bit. If you've been over there and maybe you started the checkout process and you thought, oh my gosh, I'm not going to pay that much shipping, like $40 shipping. Well, I had totally missed to toggle a little button in there, and I have revamped it all. So what I'm doing now is, at the time of this video, is just over $30 I'm going to pay shipping for you, and under $30 you're only going to pay, I forget what it was, I think it was $6.99. I just redid it yesterday. So I had no idea it wasn't allowing standard shipping through USPS, and I want to let you know that I have totally changed that, and now you don't have to have a heart attack over the shipping. It's a terrible thing. I know shipping is so expensive, and unfortunately that's the way it is. But I hope that helps you a lot, and it helps me too. But go over and take another look. I'm still adding new things. I have so many things to add up to actually place on the shop. So stay tuned, because those will be rolling out, those things. Okay? Well, I think that covers it for today, and I just wish you the best of luck in you starting your cookie business. And it's an exciting world, and just good luck. So until next time, you take care, have a WeCookier day, and God bless you. Bye-bye.